everyone, my name's Cassandra if you're new here, and today I'm going to be doing a video about a big surprise and some details about that surprise. So my family and I have been really excited to share this news. We are expecting our third child in July. So I am currently 16 weeks pregnant, which I'm very excited about. And I have not had a baby here in the Northwest Territories yet. So I just wanted to talk about the difference between so far having a baby in Ontario and the Northwest Territories, and also experience with healthcare, and also just the difference in this pregnancy. My last two children I had while I was in my 20s, my mid-20s, and now I am 33. And so I'm gonna just talk about the differences between having a child kind of a bit younger, my 20s, and having a child so far in my 30s. So if you are interested in this, I would love you to give it a thumbs up. If you're excited for our family, that would be awesome too, if you could give us a thumbs up. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And first I'm just gonna talk about, just because it's a little bit quicker, my experience so far with my pregnancies. So I was very excited to get pregnant because my pregnancy experience and my labors with my first two children was like awesome. I had very easy pregnancies. I had a little bit of morning sickness for like maybe a month or two, for month 2 to month 4 kind of thing. But it was just like minor, like a little bit of nausea, and I was able to get through it. I was able to keep working, and with my first, I was working as a massage therapist. My second, I was taking care of my first, and I knew I wanted to homeschool, so I knew I would retire from my job as soon as I had my first child. But yeah, so with my first, I was able to keep working. My second, I was able to keep going. And yeah, so then came time for the labor. I had home births for both of them with midwives in Ontario. And so the care was very different. It was an excellent experience. Obviously, it was a natural birth because I had them at home. Yeah, and I was like late for both, 2 weeks late for both. But the whole thing was great. And I had it in 2 different cities. I had them in 2 different cities in Ontario. So with 2 different midwife clinics. And yeah, everything went really well. But here they don't actually offer midwives. So they have midwives that work at the hospital, but they just deal with postnatal care apparently. So I'm not able to have a home birth here. So this will be my first experience having a baby at the hospital. Yeah, which I'll get into soon. And I'm having to go to the doctor's office instead of the midwife clinic and things like that. So I'll tell you what the differences there. But just another thing about my experience so far. So like I said, I'm 16 weeks, so I'm 4 months, sorry. And I have had like a very difficult pregnancy. I know people have it way harder than me, but it has been like taking me out. Like I've been in my bed, just so sick. Not actually throwing up, but just like such extreme nausea and fatigue and just pain. And I like ballooned up right away. It seemed like I look like I'm full term right now. It's just crazy. Apparently that's pretty normal with your third, like you do. Things happen more quickly, so that's fine. But yeah, it's just crazy. I already carry a lot of weight in my stomach, so it's just been wild. I'm like already in maternity clothes and stuff, and I feel like I wasn't in maternity clothes till like the end of my other 2. So super weird experience, but that's why I haven't been posting a lot. I had to like drop off, and like literally just my husband just like took over everything. So he's been incredibly wonderful, doing everything around the house, doing the kids, like just everything. It's only been in the last few weeks that I've been able to like get up and help and do things. The fatigue is still a lot, but I'm having all these crazy symptoms that I didn't have with my first 2. So like pregnancy insomnia and just like anxiety and pains, like weird pains and swelling and just weird stuff going on with this time. But it just seems like when I get over a symptom, I get a new symptom, and it's been really weird. But hopefully we're gonna take a vacation soon. Oh yeah, I'm having this thing where I have excess saliva, and so almost every night when I'm falling asleep, I start to choke on my own saliva and have to like sit up and like clear my throat for like an hour. It's just crazy. It's just been awful. But I was like not sure if that was like the dry, because obviously Ontario is a lot more humid, and up here it's very dry air that like I have trouble with that anyway, like choking a lot and stuff because it's just so dry in my throat. But anyway, so yeah, So we are going on a trip soon. I'm really excited about that. And hopefully the humid air in Florida will help me out. And, the sunshine and stuff, hopefully I'll just feel a little better. But so that's my experience with my pregnancy so far. Let me talk about the care difference. So I don't know really if you guys know about midwife care, but you go into like a midwife clinic and they've got all these like nice comfy chairs. It's just like a really chill environment. They have toys for your kids to play with while you wait, and they're just super accommodating, nice big rooms, and just, yeah, you can tell they really care, and just a totally different experience than going to the doctor. So I went to the doctor for the first time. So first of all, they don't have the resources here to do dating ultrasounds. So I will not be able to get an ultrasound until 22 weeks, which is crazy. So that will be my, like, when they'll tell me the gender and everything. And I'll obviously make sure to tell you guys the gender as well. But yeah, so I have not had an ultrasound and will not until that time. Also, they do this really bizarre thing here where they try to put you in this like prenatal group. And you go and you do your appointments with a bunch of other people that are pregnant and at your stage. You measure yourself, you do all these weird things, and they do like tons of education with you. But like, this is my third child, so I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm opting out of that. But they really, really try to get you in that, and they actually won't let you book your first prenatal with the doctor's office. You have to actually go through this weird company or whatever it is. Oh shoot, I lost my light. Sorry guys. Yeah, you have to go through this weird, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like this group, and they book your prenatal appointments. Okay. So that is super weird at first. So I was like trying to get out of that. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to waste my time doing that. That's a lot of time and commitment. And I've had 2 children before. Like, I know what's up. Like, please just put me with a doctor. So they put me in. I can never actually see my physician. So I finally got a family doctor after, well, it was almost 3 years, right? Because I just got her a couple months ago, but I've never actually had an appointment with her because she's always like busy or away or whatever. So they put me in with a different doctor, and she was, just, wow. She like starts off, my whole family's there, right? Like, so I bring the kids and Chris so they can hear the heartbeat. They're like so excited. And I can't get an appointment, by the way. My first appointment was, I think, it was 11 weeks, but I got lucky because she said, oh, the first appointment isn't until 14 weeks. So it would have been like now. And I was just like, what? Like, this is crazy. So I wouldn't have even have been seen normally until 14 weeks, but they got me in at 11 for whatever reason. So I go in at 11 weeks, and she's like, the first thing she says is like, is this good news for you? Like, are you happy about this? And I'm like, clearly happy about this. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm happy. She's like, oh, okay, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. Like, does this, whatever, checkbook on her thing, like, of all these questions she has to ask, which are like basically, like, she asked me, I don't know if this is just normal now, and it's been years since I've had a baby, but they did not do this stuff when I went to midwives. She's like, so, like, is there any possibility of termination? Like, and I'm like, no, like, what are you talking about? Like, I would bring my 2 little kids here if, like, I didn't want this baby or was like gonna terminate. Like, that's insane. Just so insane the way our world is now. I just think it's so crazy. Anyway, she was so grumpy. Like, she clearly did not want to be doing it. And she's like, usually you can't hear the heartbeat anyway, so like there's really no point doing the Doppler. And I was like, no, can you please do it? Like, first of all, they don't even technically know I'm pregnant. Like, they haven't done anything. Oh, maybe they did like a urine test. That's possible. They did like a dip test, but like no blood work, like nothing. And so I'm just like thinking, what the crap? Like, sometimes you just like need that validation of like hearing it to like really know that it's real, Like, I knew it was real because I was like taking pregnancy tests and stuff, and I was having all the pregnancy symptoms, but like, I don't know. I was just like, this is crazy. Like, before in Ontario, I had a 6-week appointment and they were like trying it, even though like you couldn't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Or like they had a little portable ultrasound or something. So like, it was just crazy to me. Oh, they sent me for an actual ultrasound. That's what they did. Like 6 weeks. But anyway, even though it was the same thing, like, I knew my last period, I knew exactly when my due date should be and whatever. So anyway, finally she's like, okay, fine, we'll try it. She can't get it, but she didn't try very hard, but like couldn't find it. And then she's like, oh, maybe I'll go try to get the portable ultrasound. I'm like, that'd be really great. Thank you. My kids came, they're really excited, whatever. So she did that. That was really nice. Didn't show me, by the way. I didn't see it, but my kids saw it for like a split second when she put it up there and then, you know, put it down. I was like, well, I didn't even see it. That's awesome. But the kid, you know, they were talking about it after, like Chris and the kids, and they were really excited. So that was great. That was horrible, my first appointment. And then I just had one more a couple days ago. And because I think it's every month. So I don't know why I had one. Oh, I had one so early because I'm leaving on my trip. We're leaving in like a couple days. So she booked me in early and then booked me in after. So that's what happened. But anyway, so I go in, and this time there's no doctors available because the last doctor forgot to book my next appointment. Like I asked her like 6 times during the appointment, like, do I need to call and book my next one? She's like, no, don't worry about it. We'll call you. So I wait, like, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 1.5 weeks. And I'm like, she still hasn't called. So like, I should call. And the girl's like, oh, thank goodness you called, because yeah, I don't have any notes to call you. And I'm like, this girl, man, I have to see her again next time. Anyways, so there's no doctors available. So they booked me with a nurse practitioner. By the way, this woman makes me do a 75 gram, I think it is, glucose test. So you know how you normally have to drink that little gross orange drink at like 28 weeks or 24 weeks or something to check if you have gestational diabetes. She makes me do it at like, what was I, 12 weeks at that point, because I had to go for blood work anyway. And it was like way over. It was like a fasting one, and it's usually like 50 grams or way lower. It was like a huge bottle. And only to find out at my next appointment, she's like, why did she have you do that? I'm like, well, she literally said to me, like, because I'm a bit overweight, that I should do it. And the girl's like just so mad. She's like, that's crazy. She's like, there's no reason for that. Your sugars literally don't even change until 24 to 28 weeks. Like, she could have just done like a blood test if she was so worried about me having diabetes. It would have had nothing to do with my pregnancy. And like, I knew I didn't have diabetes. So I was just like furious because that test knocked me out. Like, I was dead. That is a lot of sugar when you're fasting. And then that whole day, I'm pretty sure like I slept for most of the day afterwards. I was so dead. So I was so mad because I have to redo it again at 28 weeks or whatever it is when your sugars actually change. So she was just like, that was the first time I've had someone basically like say I was obese and like give me a test because they thought I was overweight. Like, I was just so furious. So anyways, and I haven't been gaining weight. I haven't gained weight at all since I got pregnant. So like, anyways, whatever. So this girl was just like, that's crazy. I'm so sorry. Like, you know, that's, you're not that overweight. Like, that's so insane. So anyways, yeah, she was super nice. The nurse practitioner we saw, she was great. And then they actually give you, the Northwest Territories government give you this humongous box full of baby things. They usually give it to you at 28 weeks. I think it was later on. And she goes, I see that your husband's here. I'm going to give you this box early because it's massive and like super heavy. And she's like, it's so stupid to watch these like massively pregnant ladies trying to carry this box out to their cars. So she's like, I'm going to just like really thoughtful, right? Like stuff like that where you're like, that is so nice. I'm going to do an unboxing of that, by the way, with my daughter. We're really excited to show you. You will not believe the stuff in this box that the government funds to give pregnant moms. Like, I could not believe it. It's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars of stuff and like practical stuff that you need. Like, it's so crazy. So that's probably going to be the next video. So just make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to see what that Northwest Territories government gives you. It's like a new program, I guess, that they're like trying out, and I hope they keep because it's like incredible. Like, anyways, I can't wait to show you that video. But yeah, so she was just really thoughtful about stuff like that, and, you know, was like interacting with the kids and was like, oh, you know, didn't bother to ask if I was excited or stupid questions like that. Like, she could just tell. And she was like joking around with me and stuff. She was super, super nice. But so I don't actually ever meet with an OB until I actually go to the hospital and give birth. So what they do is they set up a file at the hospital, I think, like, again, about halfway, like 20 weeks. And my appointments at the doctor's office, they put in that file, like, all the information. So they basically just have a file of me at the hospital for when I go in to actually give birth, which sounds horrendous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have like nightmares about it all the time. I'm completely dreading it because I'm like the type of person that is just like, I want it very natural. I don't want you putting like things in me I don't need, and I don't trust you to not cut me or weird things. Like, Also, like, my friend just had a baby, like my old neighbor, and she said there was like literally like 20 people in the room sometimes. Like, I'm sure she had a complicated birth or something. Like, I don't know the details, but I'm like, I'm thinking there's gonna be like 3 people in the room. I don't want 20 people in the room. Like, what the crap? So anyways, I don't know. I'm really dreading it. But so yeah, and they also like keep you like overnight. Like, they keep you for a day, which is not the same in Ontario. Like, in Ontario, they're trying to get you out in a couple hours. Like, they don't want you there. But here they keep you because I guess the baby has to do, I want to say it's like a bilirubin test or something, but like a day after it's been born, a day or 12 hours or 24 hours. I don't know how many hours, but so they just keep you for that. And like, because the hospital is so small, and like they're never like over full or anything on the maternity ward. So they just keep you, and I'm like, I don't want to stay. I want to be gone as soon as I possibly can, right? I don't want to be in the hospital at all. Like, I would rather just, well, it just sucks. But anyway, so yeah, that's some differences I can think of. I'm sure I'm missing things, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, anyways, if there's something that you have a question about, let me know, or something you want an update on, please let me know. This isn't like normal content I do on my channel, like baby updates or anything like that, or pregnancy updates or whatever. But if you want that, let me know. I'm happy to make videos about that. But yeah, I'm going to make some videos before I go on my trip to try to keep a consistent weekly schedule for you guys again. I'm so sorry that I've dropped off on that so many times, but I'm going to try to do some videos for you, and then I'll do some videos when I get back. And I'm going to be focusing on more like just things I want to talk about, like food videos. I've got some food videos in the works, homeschool, and just like, you know, life. I really like to do unboxings, and you guys seem to really like those as well. So yeah, those are sort of the things I'm going to be sticking to. And then of course, like if I do some vlogs and things, it's going to incorporate things about Yellowknife anyway, because this is where I live, and a lot of things are, you know, talking about it. Like this video even, you know, I'm talking about the differences between Yellowknife and Kingston or whatever. So yeah, so don't unsubscribe if you're only here for Yellowknife content, because I still will be making a little bit of it, just more intertwined with other things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm so thrilled, and can't wait to show you guys the new baby. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.